And we are live.
Hey everyone, it's Ultra Podcast Z, the podcast where we talk about Amon's war crimes.
I gotta do that again.
I did it again, I think. I don't think I'm
That's
here.
more unfunny than next time.
Hey. War crimes. Wait, well, what am I going to say?
Are you about to say war crimes are funny, Manuel? Please don't say war crimes are funny.
I didn't say it. I'm like, that's a soundbite I don't want out on the internet. Hey everyone, it's Ultra Podcast Z. We're 10 years old. Well, the podcast isn't. A to J is 10 years old. And I'm Manuel. I am not 10 years old. I am an old man. Anyway, Snakz, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. I'm Snakz. This is good to be here. It's been a while. It's been a long time, 10 years. I'm
been a
also
while.
old.
And then it's Tiffany. It's Toffee.
What? When did that
Remember we used to call you Toffee for like a couple weeks 10 years ago?
Toffee?
I don't remember that phase.
Me and T-
real.
it really is real.
He's gaslighting me.
Is that
I don't
real?
remember that.
Toffee.
Well, my name is Tiffany, not Toffee, and I am not 10 years old, but mentally I am.
and Molly just plays one on TV. Molly, go ahead.
I don't play a 10-year-old.
You play a 10-year-old on TV?
No, I do not. Hi, I'm Molly.
It sounds like she's eating snacks.
I'm
Wait,
not.
what am I saying? No, she's eating.
Uh,
She's eating. See, we should all think of a cool like unit name for ourselves. It's like, wait, there's two M's.
Team
Molly.
Mexico.
See, we're almost Team Mexico. it's like Tipu was part of old Team Mexico, and I don't think Molly, have you been to Mexico besides like TJ? You've been to Mexico proper?
I've been to Mexico probably more times than you have, Manuel.
Oh well, I forgot. She's like
we're
rich.
We're Team Mexico then.
I
Let's
forgot.
go.
She's rich and white, so of course she's been to like
Hey.
Mexico.
I'm going to add that once again to the reasons to take away Manuel's Mexican card.
Okay, I've been to Mexico a handful of times. It's actually funny because like when I was really young, I remember like I didn't realize why we were going, but I do remember I spent several weeks in like somewhere down by Mexico City, but not somewhere in the Federal District, but not Mexico City. And I remember I didn't realize at the time I think my parents were like still fighting over my like dad's citizenship here is in the US. And in my head, thinking about this when I'm older, it's like, why would you do that in Mexico? It just feels like a good idea to like, haha, you're back. We're not letting you leave again.
Thank you for following Onichi-chan. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
But yeah, anyways, State of J 10th anniversary. Everyone's been. It's funny because I think that accidentally, in terms of who we got on tonight, I think everyone has been here for most of that 10 years. Isn't that wild and scary and sad when you think about it?
Yeah, I think that is pretty sad.
it's sad.
Because like I remember definitely Molly did the first panel with us at Fanime 2015, but we had met in person sometime before that, like at one of those AKB48 parties, and we had like talked about things online. I think you'd even written a couple like articles about AKB48 before that. So you were around sometime around then. Snakz has been around since way back, and Tiffany, I think I met you around the same time. I actually found the memory of when I first met you a couple weeks ago. Remember? At
Yeah.
the NorCal thing, the cosplay festival or what the fuck it was called.
Yeah, whatever it was called.
Whatever happened to that event?
I don't know. I think all those events died when COVID happened.
Damn.
But yeah, that was rip a lot of things when COVID happened. But yeah, like it's funny because I was thinking about this today. A to J has turned 10 years. Technically, we have two anniversaries. One's in November when the site launched, and then one's in July. Now, the July one is the one when it's like, oh, we're gonna do a thing called A to J, and like Manuel and like a couple friends started fighting people, and I think Molly and Snakz were like on board like within those first few months. I remember like Nathan was another person who came on early in those very early months.
Nathan
But
and that other guy, what's his name? To the Tune in Tokyo guy.
yeah, there were some good days. Those some good days, but it's funny because we were so idol centric back then. What happened to those days?
I don't know. J-Pop Summit ended.
You hate
Yeah,
idols,
but
Manuel. That's why.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
you
hate
hate
idols.
idols. Yeah,
Okay,
you hate them.
You hate them.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I feel like the idol panels have twisted me a bit. But okay. This is my thesis for this whole podcast, and like, let me get it out the way now. So, AX, I did a panel called J-pop idols of the J-pop idols in the 1980s, the golden age of Showa era pop, which you didn't go to, by the way, Tiffany. Damn you.
It was at a weird time.
Anyway, I did a panel, and there was somebody waiting in line for the panel, and like through a complicated thing, they were trying to make them wait outside, but I didn't want to wait outside, so I'm like, just come with me. Security was getting upset that I kept doing that. So like, I kept getting people. I'm like, just wait with us. We're going with us. But I was talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, you're with A to J," and I'm like, I didn't want to say it, but my first thought was like, "Girl, like, like if you know A to J, like, how do you not know me? Like, I am A to J."
You're
But
a
no,
big boomer,
apparently,
Manuel.
apparently she knew A to J through all the idols, so she knew Tiffany. Like, I don't think she knew Tiffany, but she knew you through like performance. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're the ones who like, you guys like bring idols and stuff like that." Like, I know of you, like, and I learned about Koto through you guys through a panel. And a part of me is like, what panel did she go to that I was on that she doesn't recognize me? Unless it was like one that like the 2D one that like where Molly always does it, or like she went to like the one panel where it's like Manuel decided to shut up most of it.
That's all
But
the
yeah,
panels.
and she made it, and she made it big. She kept going on about all the idol stuff we used to do and everything like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, well we're still around. And I'm like, we don't do all that idol stuff anymore.
Nope.
And like, part of me was thinking about it too, because when I did the panel, like the panel kind of has like this random dark turn in it. I don't know what that felt like to JD, like as a total newbie to everything, but I have like this random dark turn in the 80s panel about like my theories about why the idol boom ended and everything like that. And it's like basically a bunch of scandals and deaths and everything like that. And then like part of me is like, I think doing all these panels has kind of twisted me on the idol fandom, and now I'm like, am I still an idol fan? I don't know. I've grown old out of it. Molly, why don't you ever do idol performances anymore? Because she didn't recognize your name. She didn't mention your name with Tiffany.
Because I don't have time to do the panels anymore.
What happened? All the work, all the life responsibilities have crushed
Well,
us
yeah,
all.
like I don't have time because I work at cons now, so it's like the only
Oh,
cons
I
I really
forgot
go
about
to,
that.
I work at.
But come on, you can make. I guess you can't. But still, why didn't you work AX? The stream in 3 words. We got old. No, and
We
Tiffany,
got old.
go
AX,
ahead.
I
Molly.
didn't. I had to work at AX, like not at AX, but at my
Work
actual
during.
job. Yeah.
And Tiffany, what's your excuse?
About what?
all the
Yeah. Where's all the idol stuff? No more
where's all the idol
performances.
stuff?
What do you mean no more performances? I do my one performance a year because
Okay,
there's
that's
no
what I.
places to
That doesn't.
perform in NorCal,
No,
okay?
there still are. Okay, maybe not as many NorCal, but there still are.
Like,
Be- before like
You just got to
apparently
come down
I.
to SoCal.
it's
Well, that is true.
far. I need
Just come down the.
money.
Just come down to SoCal. We'll pay you in a Big Mac or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
A Big Mac?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I'll,
it?
I'll get
That's
you
it.
McDouble.
Yep.
I'll get you McDouble. Snacks will
That's
get
the
you a Big
SoCal
Mac,
life.
and you can sleep on Molly's couch. There you go.
Yeah.
How
We
much is
we'll,
to get
we'll,
down
we'll,
there? That's
we'll
what's
figure this out.
expensive.
We'll
Start
figure this out.
just
Hop
to
on
start.
the megabus. $20.
Yeah, let's see. Just
Megabus.
hop on the bus. That's why I'm still going up there.
I want to do that.
Yeah, no, those are terrible.
They actually are. They actually got very terrible. But no,
Next
you
year
know,
the performances
performance a
come back.
year. And until I brought it up to you, you didn't know YumeCon still happened.
Well, I knew it still happened, but I didn't know it moved to a hotel.
Why aren't you performing there? What happened to? I
I
don't know.
didn't
I
say I
just
wasn't
feel.
performing there.
You're
No, I
gonna
said,
be
why
performing
haven't you
there?
been? He is.
Wait,
We're going.
well, if I get accepted, maybe
Wait, when is it?
in
It's in
October.
October. It's a
Oh,
Halloween con.
oh,
And
okay.
why didn't you come? Why didn't you come down to go see? He told me when she was here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was at a bad timing right before AS. I don't have money to do both trips.
Damn.
He told me he's your
Yeah.
homie.
I'm a
She
sad laid off employee, okay? I need to make sure I can pay my expensive ass rate in California, okay?
Yeah, I
It's
feel
funny
It
you
that.
was
say
a
that.
it was a good time. It was a good time.
I wish I could go.
It's funny you say that because like
It was
there
fun.
was a point when like Manuel was super broke and everything like that. I don't know why I
Wait, there's
feel
a
like such
point when you
bitter
weren't?
person.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
still am, but there was a point when I was super broke, even more so than now. And like there was always money for two things: alcohol and conventions.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
there was always money for those two things. I'm like, you gotta help. You need something to forget the fact and I technically wasn't unemployed at the time, but still, you need something to forget that
Yeah,
things are
you were
going on.
employed. Even though you hated your job, you were employed.
Anyway, I don't know. I just found part of me is like, don't get me wrong. Part of me is also like, I don't know if I have the energy to. You know what we needed? But okay. First of all, I keep fucking up. Why isn't that girl on the podcast right now? Why isn't she like a new member of A to J? Because I feel like that should have been the route we've gone in the past years. And I fucked up twice this year because two times people have like known us, talked about us after, or talked to me after panels and whatever. And I'm like, where is the manual that would have recruited that person?
You didn't recruit them. You were like, that's nice. And then
Mhm.
Yeah.
anyways.
Wow, that's kind of
No,
cool.
yeah, I remember at ALA, Molly was there because Molly was the one who actually told me that the person was trying to talk to me, and I was just leaving. So that actually goes to show you. First of all, I had no like spatial awareness. I was just walking away, and then like Molly's like, "Hey, this person's trying to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh, hey," and she's like, "Oh my god, I like the panel. It's so cool or whatever. I can talk to you about idols or whatever." I even gave her like one of my cards, I think, just like to email me or whatever. I never even got her name. And I'm like,
Wow.
"Yeah, cool. Get out of here. We're going to the room to drink."
Wait, when was this?
At ALA after the I think it
Oh,
was also the 80s Idol
no,
panel.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh wait, no, this is a different girl. That was that was like 2 years ago, the one you're talking about. The one you're talking about, I think, is the one who's like NorCal Idol Fest. Who, by the way,
Yeah,
send her
Northwest
our
Idol
way
Fest.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, send her
Huh?
our way again. Send her our way again. We
Okay.
need more idol. We need more idol people. That's the big thing. And we need people who like idols. Molly, do you still like idol? Are you still an AKB48 person?
I have no idea what's happening with AKB48 right now.
Did you know they released a 64th single a couple weeks ago?
No, I did not.
Not only did they release a 64th single, it hit #1.
Wow.
And you know what's shocking about that?
Yeah. No. What?
It is their 51st #1 single. And you know what's shocking about that? Maybe Tiffany already knows I'm leading into this.
Do they have
As I
54 members right now? I don't know. 51 members
no,
right now?
they beat the record. They're the biggest selling. They're the Japanese group with the most #1 singles. They finally beat Bees, and now I hate them.
I mean, will that just be until Bees puts out their next
Yeah, I was
singles?
gonna say, and now it's gonna. And to be fair, it has been a neck and neck battle with like AKB48 and Bees for like a couple years. But yeah, AKB48 seems to be on a random resurgence again. But I don't know, like what idols exist anymore? I feel like all of our ears are well, maybe Tiffany's aren't, but I feel like all of us have like turned away from the idol scene. Snacks. Why haven't you
Yeah.
been filling us in on the idol scene?
I still
Molly,
listen to Aikatsu.
is
Does
Aikatsu
still
still
exist?
airing?
I don't know if Aikatsu Planet is still airing actually, but
Aikatsu.
Aikatsu
Aikatsu
actually
Planet.
for their 10th yeah, but is Aikatsu Planet? I know it's only online, but is it still going on?
Oh, it is. No, they announced something new.
Anyways.
I'm sorry. I googled it. There's an article, something coming up, and it's keep going.
So with Aikatsu, I believe it was
Whoa.
last year.
It says that it ended in 2021. Is that true?
Oh, I guess. No, but I think that it moved online.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too.
I see.
So in 2022/2023, they had their 10th year anniversary and they released 10 albums. And most of the albums were just like,
Why don't we do that?
and so each song in the album, for the most part, was just like different people singing some of the songs, you know. But each album also had a new song on it, so that was exciting. And I think that was what. Yes, okay. Let me try to get to when the most recent music was released. Do, 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 do. You guys can talk about something else. I'll
Why
let you know when
haven't
we get
we?
there.
I know, like, so anyway, so Snacks. I feel like you're still the one who's still into idols too. Like, why haven't
Kinda,
you?
yeah.
Would you go to all the idol events? And aren't you like somewhat staff on like that idol con or whatever?
Kind of, yeah. I'm like on and off staff for that SoCal Idol Fest, which became Idol Party Los
There you
Angeles.
go. The Hitomi event.
Yeah, it's the
Called
one,
Idol
yeah,
Party.
the at home thing, yeah. We're called Idol Party now.
Oh, cute.
It's a lot of fun. It's a
It's
good
funny
time.
because
Everyone should go, but it's good that everybody, not too many people, well, a lot of people went to this one, but people that because it was
it
hot as
must have.
hell in there. The air conditioning was not working that day,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
so
guys, you
okay.
guys, whoever is in charge
glad
of
dodged a
marketing
bullet.
did not market that event well. I heard about it because Angie was there, like she posted about it,
Yeah.
and I think you mentioned it later on about after the fact. But that was where I heard about it.
I saw it
Yeah.
through other people's posts. I didn't like see an advertisement about it.
Yeah, I am not their marketing representative, or I just go there to move stuff around, okay? Like I don't do anything else. Okay? They want me for the muscles, and that's it. I don't do anything else, okay?
They're like, move that chair, and you're like,
That's
yeah,
that's
okay.
that's what happened. I came in, they were like, "Can you move these couches around?" I said, "Okay." They said, "All right, we'll get out of here now." I said, "All right." Well,
Wow.
Fun
they kicked
fact:
me out. Yeah.
in one of our even though it's not the first A to G panel, not even the first idol panel, like we've done it all. One of the first ones I think I like to consider is the Fanime one, which is the first one Molly was at. And that was a panel where I remember, like, as soon as Snacks walks in, I'm like, "Snacks, put these flyers in all the chairs," remember?
Oh yeah,
Not
I
all the
remember
chairs,
that.
but I'm
That
like,
was
"Snacks."
that was the one with in the huge main room?
Yes, and I
Jeez.
printed out, like, 50 flyers thinking we'd be in a much smaller room. I was gonna, like, put it on all the chairs, and for the record, I'm totally for littering. I'm like, "Wait, should I have said
Wow.
that?" But I'm like,
Um,
even if nobody gets it at our panel, no one's gonna clean that. So, like, people in the next panel be like, "Idols who, A to J?" And maybe they'll click on our stuff later. There was more effort. Remember when
Okay,
I printed stuff?
real quick.
Okay, what
I
is
think
it?
I think Aikatsu is actually over. The last album was released on April 19th, 2023.
oh,
That's
Oh,
so
so look,
sad.
all of our idol stuff is dead. And does Koto still perform, Tiffany? 'Cause I remember there was a hot minute where it seemed like she was, or she
I
did
feel
maybe.
like she ends up doing something like once a year. So I never know if she's gonna do something again. But she just had her 10th anniversary thing
Yeah.
where she's released or she started a pre-order for a new song,
Yeah.
but it's not a Kisa song. So that's
Oh,
interesting.
wait, so who is it? Like, not even what's her name? What's the other person who used to write some of her songs?
Sawa?
Yeah,
And no,
it's
it's
not
not
even a
Sawa
song.
either. It's
Oh my god.
it's the people that used to did or philosophy no dance stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Oh,
that person. So the
that's kind
sound
of
is
cool.
like kind of like funky. So it's a really good song. Although I'm a little sad because it's not Kisa, but I feel like I understand why it's not Kisa. So
Why? Because Kisa got bigger, or is there something I don't know about?
no, it's just that it's not that they hate each other, but they're like brother and sister, like they bicker and stuff. And she
Oh,
gets, she's like over how he's kind of not slow, but she'll like complain about him, and he'll complain about her and stuff. And so maybe she's like not super attached for it to be a Kisa song.
I I just remember when, like, when Koto was talking about having watched your performance, like, or she watched some video you did on YouTube or something like that,
Yeah,
and, she mentioned watching it with Kisa and her mom at their place, and I'm like I'm like, "Do you guys just hang out all the time? Is Kisa your brother?" It's like
yeah. They're like it was like a when siblings bicker and stuff. It's like that. So I'm sure that she's not like, oh my god, I respect him so much that he has to be he has to make my every song. So she's probably like, "Oh, cool! I got an opportunity to work with someone else," and she took it. But she's
it's
not
not
gonna
their
sing it live ever. She said, or like she's
oh.
not gonna sing it live often. So she gave it to someone else, like their current idol group or something they have.
What you gotta do is you gotta start performing it now. You gotta be the new Koto.
I have to be the new Koto, but there's so
Yeah.
many people that
Yeah.
have Kisa songs now, and it's not me. So I'm sure there's other people.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like, I forgot which group got a Kisa song. Like, one of the local idol groups got a Kisa song, and don't get me wrong, I know that he's done stuff for like some of the big VTubers and whatever, but like,
The song for that Asayoru song, Asayoru Make Cafe song, is
yes,
by him.
that's the one I'm thinking of,
Oh,
actually.
Yeah,
And I'm
and
like,
it's
clicking now.
and
Okay,
you know,
the person that sang it was Yurimaru, who
that's
was
right.
the partner for that little duo that Koto and her had for like a little bit, and then it
oh,
disbanded right
the
away.
Xiao Chai Fan,
Yeah,
the
Xiao
Chinese
Chai
one.
Fun. Yeah, but she sang it as like a demo. I think it's just like the official version. I don't know. I've actually haven't listened to the full version, so I don't know if the girls are singing over it, like the Make Cafe girls are singing over it, or if they just kept it just Yurimaru. But
There's
yeah,
oh my god, no, I don't want to say anything
Well, why don't we just
incorrect. But
so
I've heard the song live like 3 times already, and I don't even remember. I think they sing over it. Yeah, I think.
okay,
so wait,
But I don't want to say anything incorrect.
could we have just hired Kisa ourselves all these years and never knew it?
You probably
yeah,
could have.
yeah.
We could have got like a Tiffany actual Koto original, a Molly
We
and
could
Tiffany
have,
Koto
yeah,
original.
we could have. And who Pyro just released a Kisa song too.
Oh yeah, well that okay. Well, Pi has moved on to like bigger and better. Isn't she opening for Baby Beard right now? Like
I,
in
I
Australia or
think
some
it's
bullshit.
she's done with that now. She
But yes,
already did that.
she opened for Baby Beard. But yes,
Yeah,
which is funny, by the way. Join A to J now. She met Lady Beard through us.
that's true. Yeah,
she did
because
the she did
she
the
was
interview.
interviewing. Yeah.
And like she wanted to do it, and maybe that was the reason why. I don't know, because like she wanted, and more power to her if that's why. But she wanted to do the interview specifically. I remember, and while we were doing the interview, in between and after, she kept talking to him about like her music and stuff like that. And I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie, he was all like, "Oh, you did a song, like send it to me. I'd be really excited to hear it." And in my head, I'm like, that is the most polite throwaway response I've ever heard in my life. He's just being nice, like that's gracious. I didn't know that he would actually have listened to it, and like now they're like BFFs and everything like that.
I mean, back then it could have been he was just being polite, but like maybe he realized like, oh, she's actually like trying to be an idol and stuff. And
Because even in the early, like when she was still doing A to J stuff, because if you remember, like I made the joke, like Lady Beard did like some fucking appearance at some Texas convention, and the A to J logo was on it.
oh,
Because Nyaru and Paito were like, oh, like if can we use like the A to J emails, like as if to get clout from that. I don't know. Can we use the A to J emails to like get all this done? And like, yeah, sure, we gotta put the logo, and they did.
oh,
And Nyaru is also huge. So yeah, like you don't have to be the Mollys, the Tiffany's, the Snackses, and the Manuel. And Molly, you're voicing. See, everyone's huge. Molly voices Tuve, Tove, Tove,
Tove, Tove,
Tove.
It's Tuva.
Tuva,
you were
I
wrong.
like when we were wrong.
Tuva,
Everyone
I
could
didn't
have
even
said it.
bother because I felt like I was gonna mess it up.
Tuva.
It's funny because I don't know if I told you this, but like when you came to that one panel and you were like, I guess you were picking at yourself and you like left all that dust behind of your cosplay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody cleaned it up because like I did that room like 3 more times and your fucking like cosplay dust was still there.
Cosplay dust.
Yeah, she was like peeling some white plastic off of her or something. I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure what you were doing because it was a lot of it. And I've seen
Hollywood
the
dust.
yeah, I've seen the pictures that Ivan took, and I think it's like the numbers that were just peeling. Because even in the pictures, you could tell they're
Oh,
cracking. And
yeah.
Mhm.
and I'm like, why did you pick at them though? I don't
Well,
know.
sorry.
So yeah, Molly's famous. She voices Tuva, and
She
she's
voices
also
Tove, yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah,
Someday.
she voices Toffee.
it's funny because there was probably a point when we just like joked about it, like how like it's Molly, but like now that everyone and their like brother is playing Nikkei right now, and like everyone I know quite a few quite a few Tuva. I'm never gonna say that right. I know a few Tuva stands, and
Yeah.
um, there's a friend of mine. I don't think it's anyone either of you would know. Any of you would know, but there's a friend of mine, like one of Richie's friends, who is
Oh,
like,
I know him.
who is you know
Look at
who it
him.
is. Who keeps going on. I mean, I don't know Nikkei well enough, but they're like, oh, once they drop so and so in the next release, like it'll make the perfect team. They're literally waiting for like the it's like I'm like, just give it up. Like if Tuva's, I don't even know anything about the game, but I'm like, if Tuva's not like, gonna fit your team now, just find a new stand. And I'm just like, but anyways, yeah. And it's funny because at one point I was like, oh my, like, hey, it's like I know the person who voice acts them. Like, really? It's like, are they in the room right now?
Oh my god.
Is the voice actor in the room with you now?
Yeah.
It was like a room party thing. Like, are they in the room right now? I'm
Like
like,
whispering it or something.
I kind of wanted to be like, yeah, guess who? And I don't think
Yeah. Guess who it is?
And it's she's not even in there.
Molly was not there. Yeah, Molly was not there. This is a hentai Matsuri, but yeah, Molly was not there. But yeah, I don't know. No, part of me feels like,
Wow, you're even credited in the wiki too.
Why
What
wouldn't
wiki?
she be?
Her full name. Wait,
Yeah.
does it lead
Wait.
anywhere? I wonder. Oh, it leads to your IMDb page.
Wait, Molly has an IMDb page?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah,
IMDb
she
page
was in
for
I
over,
would.
I've had
she
a
was in over
IMDb page for
50
years.
movies.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
50?
right here. She was
No,
in
I
over
won't.
50 movies. Holy
I was
moly.
not in over 50 movies.
Do they make
Damn,
it
Molly.
yourself, or they make it for you?
I made mine myself, but you can make like they will make one for you if
Yeah, I
you
had
don't.
one. I
If
had
you
one
were
at
in
one
50
point,
movies
and
like she's been, yeah.
it's a really hard thing to get it removed. First of all, like, first of
Yeah,
all, once
it's really
they made
hard to
mine,
remove stuff like that. Yeah,
it's annoying.
and that's why
But
it's like
they
if I
made
make my own, it's easier to edit it.
Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna. Does it have for BC Butcher?
Yes, I believe it does.
JJD's on there right now. Don't worry, guys. You can't find mine anymore. But anyway, at least I hope you can. Like, I actually went through a whole process. It took like a year, and I was just like,
You
it's
have
not.
one?
I had like around 2019 is when it came to my attention, and I was all like, there was just like that was a period of my life where I was doing other stuff, and I didn't want certain things to be known too commonly, and I was like, I don't want these credits out there. I was doing that
found you.
thing. No, you didn't. I better not
Yeah,
still
I
be.
did, right here. Manuel Figueroa, right here. Writer,
I mean, okay,
director. Yep.
it's funny you
What?
say no, it's funny you
Yeah,
say that, because part of the issue with
yeah.
IMDb is because somebody or someone or IMDb themselves made a page for me because of some credits that I was repeated enough. And I think because my name is relatively common of combination, there were credits on there that weren't even mine. That I was just like, okay, yeah, like I did do this, I did do that, but what the fuck is this, you know? And I'm like, that's racist, guys.
I don't know which one's you. There's too
Oh,
many
they
of
really
them.
are.
Yeah, dude, he's in there.
Hold on, now I'm scared. I mean, maybe they didn't actually delete mine.
Wait, which? Wait, what? I don't know
What
which one.
songs do you associate most? JD didn't change that, anyways.
Manuel Figueroa.
We only had it for Friday
You were
last
an
week, Manuel. I'm
actor
just
in the
running it this
movie
week.
Birthmarked. You played the mariachi.
Oh, were you the producer for Evil Bong High Five?
It's funny you bring up Evil Bong High Five because it's like I have
Bong.
I have worked on Full Moon Pictures, and like I have
Oh,
worked on
God.
Full Moon Pictures and Full Moon, like there was like Full Moon and Chroma credits on there. I did not want like just floating around. Well, on the plus side, I guess the waters have been muddied enough that even if you like mine still exists, that you probably it just like, yes, that was me who worked on Evil Bong, high five.
So that's really you then, huh?
No,
The executive
I didn't.
producer.
I did not. Oh, fun fact! I think I
You
do. I
worked
think
on
I
Evil
am.
Bong 5 and 6.
Wow.
Okay. Actually, that's what I was gonna say. I think I am an executive producer on an Evil Bong movie, just because of like, there was a point when like, what the fuck did I do? I forgot what I did. I saw Charles Band at a convention. I told the story before, and like, he was talking about getting people to like appear in things, and like I'm like, yeah. I remember I think I asked Molly at one point for some. This wasn't the thing where I actually did that movie that became big. But I was asking people to like, we were just asking for roles, and I think I remember like one of those was my last random credit because I appeared in some random movie, and then I was like, oh, it's like that'll be the last of it. But then for whatever reason, I kept getting executive producer credits and other things, and I think that just because they lie. I don't know I don't know how to say this nicely. Because I think 'cause some studios, they're all like, "Oh, a movie looks real if it has a lot of people credited to it." So I just think that they're, "Oh, Manuel's Figueroa is a real name who has done stuff for us. He probably doesn't mind that we'll keep listing him as an executive producer, or like maybe I'll just cut and paste that name as like the best boy or the key grip or whatever."
Yeah, you're definitely not the best boy, Manuel. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay,
Congratulations.
best boy is not. I'm not. Anyways.
Yes, I know
worst
it's an
boy.
actual position
Yeah.
on film.
I'm the worst boy. That's like that's gonna be that's if we ever finish like the A to J movie, that's gonna be my credit. Worst boy.
Finish. What
We started a movie, Manuel?
Yeah, has it been started?
I pitched him an
Remember
idea,
when-
but that's about as close as we got to one.
Remember when we were gonna do an A to J game? That was a real thing.
And who was
And there
gonna
was-
develop that, huh?
We
Probably
were.
Kelly.
No, this is before. Actually, Kelly was around during like the last stages, but like it was gonna be like Tipu and like myself and a bunch of like and like other people from eight. I think Rose was involved, but Tipu was like the programming side of things. We were using an engine, of course, using like Renpy or something or Adventure Game Studio. You remember this? We were going to do a visual novel,
Oh, visual novel.
and like I don't know if we should name
I
names,
think
but
I
like
remember that conversation.
like there's a few names I don't want to name just for reasons, but we were going to
You
use a
recorded
couple.
voice lines.
Yes, there was
You never
actual
asked
work.
me to record voice. What about Molly? Did you ask Molly?
To be fair,
Wow.
to be
A
fair,
famous professional voice actor, and you didn't even ask her.
I don't think I'm famous.
Wow.
But
Wow, the most famous professional voice actor
We know.
that we know.
In
that's
here.
not even okay. I was
here.
like, that's here right now, but I was like, that's not even true.
In here right now. Most
In here,
famous.
right now, the most famous person that we know, and you didn't even ask her.
there was, to be fair, there was. I think everyone was going to be involved in it at some point. It's just that like we knew that person, the person that did record the stuff first, was going to be like the main person. So we're like, oh, we'll do this so we could start getting some work done. There was pictures taken. There was like some of the programming. The writing was really far along,
We
and
could still do it. It could still happen. Can you hire
then-
me as a QA tester and pay me? Thanks.
Do
And then-
it.
And then when that
Do
person
it.
like wasn't involved with us, and I think they actually, I don't even think it was. I don't think we got rid of them even when they weren't like cool with us anymore. It was just we got rid of them. I think just the time and just issues, and then we started doing it with Ren. I remember, and then like, but like it was just so awkward doing the whole switch, and it was just like, oh well, we'll do this with someone else. And I think they probably didn't ask you, but it was even like, oh, we'll do it with Tiffany or someone, and then we
You
just.
never asked me. Oh my god.
I like, and then when the internal talk of Tiffany came, was like, let's just not do it after. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. But
You
no,
hate me.
to be fair,
Yeah.
I think like a lot of things that this was around the time the pandemic was kicking off, and it was just like, oh, well, I guess that there goes all those plans. And I think it's lost media, whatever work we've done, unless Tipu has it backed up somewhere. So yeah, rip.
Maybe it is backed up.
Because the
That's Game
writing,
Jam.
yeah, the writing for sure. Which I mean, this wasn't Shakespeare, but the writing for sure was like blew up on a computer. The fuck was that?
It's the
Okay, there was like a
evil
real
bong.
explosion outside. So yeah, there was a
It's
real
the evil
explosion.
It's the evil bong.
It's the evil bong that you produced.
Yeah, that's right. 5 and 6.
No, I think I am an executive producer. One of the movies I remember, and I don't like saying this one because if you look it up, it has a really like, ooh, it has a horrible character. It's one of the Puppet Master movies. I think it's 9, The Axis of Evil or something like that. And I have
Oh,
okay,
okay.
don't look
Look
it
it
up.
up. Puppet.
Okay, well, I know.
I
I'm
think
gonna,
I've
I'm
never-
gonna look it up.
9.
Puppet Master 9.
If there's a manual,
Axis of
there should be a
Evil.
Manuel Figueroa who has like a
Manuel
producer credit
Figueroa.
or credit. And it really, that one is me. And I'm gonna laugh. That's the one that IMDb doesn't list. Is it 9? It's Axis of Evil? Because it's one of the World
Yes.
War II ones. It's one of the because they did like 2 or 3 that took place during World War II, and I think it's that one. But there's a character in there who is let's just say he's a Japanese puppet because it's Puppet Master, and you could use your imagination of what they decided to theme him as because it's World War II, and it's horrible.
Well, I
And I'm
can't
like-
find you, but I will
like,
find
boys-
that character.
And, like,
Yes,
boys,
Manuel,
it's
it
just-
is
Is it
Puppet Master 9. 9.
9.
Axis of
9.
Evil.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
I like how the one
Oh,
that
that's
I for
Axis
sure
Rising. Okay.
the one I for sure have accredited is the one that nobody can find me in. To be fair, that might have been because that might have been my doing because I did have IMDb remove my thing. So you'd think they would still list my name, just not make me a page. But okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I
It's
can't find
removed.
you in Puppet Master 9.
Sad.
That's too
someone
bad.
write to Charles Band and tell him to put. Molly, when's your next horror movie gonna be? I like how this turned to Idol. So like, just who has the weirdest
When's
movie
that I'm
credit?
gonna be in? I have no idea.
Yeah. Why didn't you keep doing the Scream Queen route? That would have been fun.
What?
Uh,
You could have done
I,
other trauma movies.
didn't have the opportunity.
I think like Kansas and like that other homie of mine did that movie, like The Ape. Why weren't you in that?
The ape?
The
It was
ape.
called
I
like
don't
The Ape
know.
or something like that.
The
What
ape?
the hell? Yeah, why weren't you in the ape?
Well, what was
The
that movie
ape.
called? Like Kansas Okay, I'm gonna now it's my turn. Kansas Bowling. What was that movie called? It's called like this turned into us looking up IMDb credits.
I'm still looking at Puppet Master 9.
Stop looking at. Did you find the character by the way?
Is it the guy? Is it Nozokia?
No, it's.
Yeah.
Oh, go.
No.
Should I said the name? I should have said the name.
Oh my god!
His name is. He's a
Soul.
puppet. Yeah, and he's a
Yeah.
puppet. And yes, I don't
Is
know
he
why I
gone?
said that. Yes, exactly how you think he does. But Google
Oh,
Puppet
no.
Master and Google that. By the way, bleep when I said it, the word.
Yeah, Manuel, don't worry.
And then when you Google it, you'll see the character and the puppet itself looks racist. I remember when mind you, mind you, I never saw the puppet stuff because all that special effects shit that's shot like when the people like some of it's still when the people are there, but it's all like usually shot separate. And then they had to debut at LA. They had to debut at LA Comic Con back when it was still Kamikaze, no joke. And I went to it, of course. And I remember going there and I saw it. And before I even saw the movie, they had like the puppets on display at the exhibit
Yeah.
hall. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what is this? And like,
Like,
mind you, once again, this movie came out like in 2016, 2017, I don't remember the exact year, sometime around then. And well, actually, it might have been earlier than that, but it doesn't matter. Sometime in the mid 2010s. And I was like, oh my God, guys, you guys can't do this. Anyway. Everyone go watch BC Butcher. I don't know if that's still available on Troma now, but go.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's actually
We
better than I
watched it in
remember.
the hotel room.
Yeah, when we watched the hotel room, I don't know because we had Molly's live commentary, but it felt like I don't want to say better, but it felt like more of a movie than I think when we saw it in
I
theaters.
want the live commentary.
Yeah,
When is the
remember
next showing?
Yeah.
You should have went because that was I remember that was the ELA when you and Angie both got scared of like the Omicron and you guys didn't show up.
Wait, you got scared of some Omicron.
Well, Angie said that
variant.
COVID.
Angie
that's
said
right.
Angie said it specifically. Like she legit was like, I don't want to go because COVID's raging again. And I don't know if that's what Tiffany said too, but like you guys had a performance scheduled. Remember, you guys had a lot of shit scheduled and like
everyone canceled.
Well, I didn't
Yeah, a lot
cancel.
of stuff got
Molly didn't
canceled.
cancel. It is
Oh,
funny. We were supposed to do an
that's right, I did
interactive
play that
panel,
year.
and it was supposed to be that variety one, the one where you play games and shit like that. And I remember even before the breakout was like happening, you know, the Omicron breakout was happening. I was like, how are we gonna do this? And I was just like, I guess we'll do it, and we won't have the audience participation will be like the games stuff, but like we'll do the stuff that involves like we won't breathe into his mouth again, but like we'll do like we'll do that stuff. But yeah, obviously by the time Omicron started going crazy, it was just like, oh, I guess we're just gonna do an idol panel, and we just did a normal idol panel. I don't remember that, Molly. It was just like a normal, and I think it's the last time we've done a normal idol panel. I don't know. We should do one again. I feel like I feel like I've got my research on stuff down better, and like now that I'm like, and I have a good perspective as a former idol fan. Like I have a good I can look at things coldly and be like, yes, this actually sucks. Just like how I have you guys heard my rants about VK? I rant about VK all the time and about like how VK's dead and how VK's like why like VK's
Your
kept
old
alive.
man rant.
Yeah, VK's kept alive by like old people like in Mexico and South America who just discovered Malice Miser and Mana like in 2020 and 2024 and think it's new. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Let's wax more poetic about A to J. Like Molly, what's your favorite A to G memory? I don't think you've ever been on one of these like anniversary type things before.
DTL.
Dude, okay.
Oh.
JD has not mentioned it in the past couple weeks, but in case JD's wondering, it has been on my mind for a while. Now, I don't know if any of you remember this, or by any of you, I mean JD and Molly, because I don't think Tiffany and Snakz would have been for this conversation. Originally, and I mean like a year ago, we're like, July 22nd. That's so far in the future. We can for sure do a DTL. That'll be the DTL return for the 10th anniversary. And here we are.
Well, the 23rd.
There's still time to do it on Saturday,
Yeah.
Manuel.
I mean,
Yeah, there's still time.
I'll be real. Like part of the issue was that I went to so many conventions recently and all those panels and like it's funny because DTL is probably what like I think improved my panel writing. So, yeah, and I miss DTL too. It'll never go back to a weekly thing. That was pandemic only, but we should definitely do it. Like we need to come back for a special, maybe in August for my birthday, just because it's like I still want to do it soonish.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Did you ever? Snakz is on DTL, right? I feel like you have.
I didn't know. I've never been on one.
You know what it
I
was,
didn't
right?
have. Yeah. I watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany, I don't think you ever knew what DTL was. Did you know what DTL was?
Yeah, but I don't do the D, so that's why.
Neither did I, but I was still on.
You don't do the
I
D
just do
anymore?
the TL.
The TL.
Well, like I've mentioned this before. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the first like 40 somewhat episodes, like those were mad during the lockdown. So like, there was a point during the lockdown. I think I mentioned this before. Like, from more or less around before Halloween 2020 until sometime around Valentine's Day 2021, where I think I was drunk every single day.
Wow.
Just because there was like I had no work, I had no, I had nothing to do. It was still like there was no vaccine, so I didn't really go out.
What a
That's
time.
not you. That's not you every day right now. Drunk
Yeah.
every day.
So no, I'm not like if you guys ever wanted to call me a raging alcoholic, that was the time you missed it.
Oh man, I'll
but
still call you. Don't worry.
But I do remember not shortly after that, but at some point towards the end of DTL, like in 2022 or whenever we started ending it, there were a couple weeks where I didn't drink anymore, and there were some non-drinking ones. Like Molly had noodles, like I think twice, maybe, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I did the noodles, and then I was like, these aren't the real noodles, and then I did the noodles again, and
Yeah.
I was going
Noodles?
to kill Pleiades if he
Spicy
didn't
noodles.
let me finish because they were so spicy.
Because he would keep trying to, because Pleiades was the master of interrupting, like going off on a tangent for like 30 minutes about something that didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that was just his way of talking. Honestly, I think he's just trolling. He's just a troll.
Clearly, we need an addendum to
That
the
was
rules that
not
you
the
stop
episode.
drinking if you haven't spoken in the last 5 minutes.
Wait, what episode? Well, we talking about the episode we had the Lost Media one because like Pleiades went off some shit one episode, but but no, we did noodles. What else have we did? I think even Hina's been on didn't drink. But there was a couple where I think I didn't drink towards the end either, where I think I just drank. Like it was still drink. I mean, you could have still done the D, just not like alcohol.
Well, I never got
Wait, what
invited to the DTLs. I could have done the D, huh?
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Yeah, you could've done it.
Yeah, that was a fun show. They still get copyright claimed all the fucking time for some
Oh, really?
random shit. Yeah,
Why?
because like every so often we do them on music, and like I remember
Oh.
like there was one I did like I was like China maxing the first handful, and like there was one I did like on Chinese instruments, but I chose some random. At the time, it was like a popular like Vocaloid song, like a Chinese Vocaloid song. It was popular enough that a lot of Chinese streamers were covering it like in instruments, like in different Chinese instruments. because believe it or not, there's a ton of Chinese streamers like that. It's probably in all countries or whatever. She could find somebody playing like popular songs on the banjo or whatever, in the US. But so I chose a song that was popular, and then I got all the covers from various people. But that song is claimed like crazy. So like there's so like there's a couple of DTLs that are like useless. Also, I think Callie did one on some K-pop group, and that was like, oh,
Yeah.
what's her face? What is her name? Rachel did one on this cat person, this cat tuber. She's like a Korean person who does like she's like I don't know. She shows off her cats, but nobody knows who she is, and so we labeled it like, oh, this is what it is. This, I forgot what the cat tuber's name is. This is what the episode's about. That episode still gets dozens to hundreds of views every so often. It still gets a comment here and there. Was like, that's not who she is. That's not what she looks like to Rachel.
Oh.
And I'm
Now
like,
I have to look for it.
I'm like, what is everyone talking about? Like, why do they? But yeah, I don't know who the cat. What was the cat tuber's name? Do you remember that, JD?
No, I don't think I was there for that episode.
And that's also kind of where we met JD, because I think JD was a watcher of like one of the podcasts. Fun fact, I mentioned this in.
Okay,
I don't know
Manuel-
if
It was my Nancy Drew episode.
Yeah, that was the
have
first
you
one I
ever-
watched.
That's the first one I watched. My
So-
2-hour Nancy Drew DTL.
That DTL was a fucking journey, because that was the one I'll never forget. The entire thing was 6 hours long. It was more than 6 hours long.
Mhm.
Mind you, this was still like June of 2020, so we were still mad lockdown, but still, like I think by the end I was like falling asleep, because we went from like 6 p.m. until like almost 1 in the morning, and I was dead. And mind you, I was fucking wasted. So like I think by the end I'm just like, and I was the one like hosting the stream, so I was just like dying on the chair, like, hold on, are we done? I need to stop this. Because the fucking but yeah, and Molly wasn't the only. Molly did go the longest, but she wasn't the only one who went long that night. Everyone had like an hour presentation. It was ridiculous. And if you remember when Callie pitched this to us, she's like, everyone does like the then popular online trend of DTL is like 3 minutes, and of course we're not going to go that short.
3 minutes.
But Molly, Callie's pitch was 10 to 15 minutes. No one ever did 10 to 15 minutes. That was a dream that we never achieved. But yeah,
Right.
when
Was the episode the only one that has 4K views?
which one is it?
Is it not that one?
Check
does
the
it say?
comments. Maybe they mentioned the cat tuber.
Oh, no, it's not a cat tuber, I guess. Well, it is a cat tuber, but there's only 3 comments.
What did they say? That's not her?
It talks about the cats.
Oh, I'm looking at
That's
the wrong
opposite.
thing. Hold on. I'm trying to find
What
it.
am I
Okay.
talking about?
Anyone else want to do their favorite memories while we
Oh yeah.
talk about this too?
Favorite memories, Snakz.
Favorite memory. Darn. I don't know.
Darn.
When we were
Remember
in
when we used to
Mexico
post with the
together, I guess
thumbnail?
we have lots of good. Huh?
You remember when we used to post for the thumbnails of the UPZ? Sorry, I'm looking up. I accidentally clicked on our old UPZ
Oh.
playlist, and we used to post for the thumbnails. Why don't
Yeah,
we
you
do
take,
that
like, the
anymore,
photo at
JD?
the end.
I don't know. You've never asked anyone to.
Yeah, and
When
I'm
are we
looking at
still
all
doing
these.
that?
I don't know. Okay, we gotta pose when we're done here. Let's pose now. Let's pose now, so I don't forget.
Pose
Wait,
now?
wait, hold on.
I'm
Should
not ready.
I have a spoon.
Yes.
Spoon.
There is no
Will
spoon
Will you
manual.
get copyright if I bring a plush toy?
No, just do it. Let's do
No.
it now, because I'm gonna forget if we try to do it later. And now this is content now.
Okay, hold on. Give me a
You
moment.
guys ever watch The Tick when the Tick's like spoon? I
No.
don't know if that's.
No, I know what you're talking. I
Really?
know the tick, but I don't know what you're talking about the spoon thing.
I mean, that I'm not even exaggerating when I say that's his catchphrase in both the cartoon and the. Actually, I think he said it far less in the live action. And yes, there was a live action Tick.
There were
in
two,
the
Manuel.
cartoons always. There were two.
I'm pretty sure Amazon brought it back.
Who the brings back the Tick? Like,
Amazon,
I,
honestly. This is-
God damn it, Molly.
Amazon.
Okay, spoon. Oh, I'm not even here. Spoon. Okay, 3, 2. I'll just get a still from this later. Okay, there.
Wow.
There we go.
Because I'm looking at the old podcast, and they're like,
Needs to pose.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, nowadays what I usually do is I'll look for us making a funny face or like doing like we accidentally do like a thinking pose and like that. Then I'll just like clip that and I'll put it together. But I forgot that we ever posed. You know what I think the problem was with the posing is that when Yara went VTuber, it mattered less. So like 'cause she's a VTuber, it's just like all of her poses were always like the same. Because I don't think her early model, and now she does, but I think the model she used to have back in the day, her arms didn't move, which is weird.
Oh, that's true. I guess it's just like facial expression.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was kind of like I'm like, whenever I'm like, let's pose, I'm like, okay. I just made sure she was smiling. Like, what does that count? You know? But yeah, I think she has a much better model that actually does stuff now. But yeah, that early one was kind of jank.
But you also stopped answering our calls.
Yeah.
She's too popular now.
Okay. I don't know if I should. It isn't that bad. I'll say it. She kind of got canceled about. Gosh, it's like 2 years ago now. She kind of got canceled about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And like foolish Manuel. I mean, well, this part isn't the foolish part. I still think I still think it was blown out of proportion, like the canceling. But foolish Manuel, like, took her side about it. And it's like, don't worry, like we still got you. And she's like, I'm gonna stay out of the public eye for a couple weeks because typical cancel behavior. And when she came back, it just was not back to us.
Wow.
And yeah. And then we still talked to her, and then I'm like, so when you came back to UPZ, it's like, oh, when my schedule clears up, but like we'll see. And then like, mind you, the Tuesday was always her off day, which is why she did it. And then one day she just filled up the entire week, and I'm like, oh, she's never coming back, is she? uh,
Okay. Once again, do we want to get back to favorite A to J memories, or can I just give mine?
Let's see. I think that I don't know. Mexico was pretty cool, but I guess every time we were at J-Pop Summit, I don't know.
I miss J-Pop
Between
Summit
the two,
too.
I miss J-Pop Summit a lot.
And
I
because we all traveled there was a lot of people working that. I remember like we would do the interviews, like by we I mean myself, Tiffany, and Angie, and whoever else, or some combination thereof. And like I remember like Tom and Beck would be like on the floor, and I can't remember the other person's name. One of our other members, they would do like I think it was Danny and someone else. I forget who the other person's name was. Danny was one of them. Would like do some of like the B-roll and like just random pictures of the events, like booths and whatever. So there was a lot of us floating around back then. And I remember the press person like liked us and just gave us a ton of badges. Ah, the good days.
The good days.
You
The
remember
good days.
we even got like food out of it because we were still doing food coverage more actively back then. So we're like, hey, can you give us like your free expensive like boutique ramen and we'll write about it.
I remember.
Or more accurately, we just filmed a little clip of it that we put into like a little montage. But yes,
We need to go back to that.
I remember. I still
Food.
have that. I still have
Yeah.
that footage, and I remember like I remember not knowing what to do with the food stuff. So like I was just filming everyone eating it, and like I have all this very awkward footage of like camera in these girls' face, like you and Angie, of like eating slurping up noodles, just like here.
What about the video we have of at the 66 night market eating the dick cake?
Oh, the
You guys
dick
went to
cake!
66 and didn't even invite me.
This was a
That was at
while
PMX.
ago.
That was at PMX. I remember.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it was.
like,
We went to 66 instead of PMX.
that was fun though. It was, and I remember like
I know where I stand.
the video was great because like everyone was eating the dick cake and they were passing it around, and then of course when I took the bite of it, it squirts like literally.
Oh no. Oh no.
It squirts like all. And I think it got on me. Like I don't think it didn't squirt like in my mouth really. It just squirted and like got on my shirt, which is even better.
You didn't even notice.
What? I noticed it because everybody kept laughing at me, and because that's why I didn't notice. And there's video of it. And the funny thing is like going to Taiwan, like of course you see those in the night markets too. But you could just like, I don't know if you guys ever seen the pictures I post. Like they just sell dick cakes out on the street like during the
They
day.
don't-
Like,
I don't think they have them at 66 anymore.
well, they don't.
No.
Is it because they're dicks?
Probably. Because
Okay,
I haven't.
I mean-
I've been like the last 3 times and I haven't seen it.
Oh, that sucks,
They
Yeah.
didn't have sticky tofu last time I went either.
Maybe
dude.
because of the. Is that the one that smells?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes.
obviously.
Yeah, it's the one in the very back that always smells.
I fucking hate stinky tofu.
Yeah,
I've
it
had
is not my favorite thing.
No, I've had it several times in my life, like countless times. Like there's a lot of times when I'll go to Taiwan, or haven't been in several years, but like when I've gone last, like it's always like, huh, let's have the foreigner try the stinky tofu. I'm like, first of all, this is not the first time I tried it. It's not the first time I tried it in Taiwan. Not the first time I tried it from a random vendor on the street. But okay, I'll do it. It tastes like nothing. That's the worst part. It's like, how the fuck are you gonna put this in all this stinky water for who knows how long, and it smells like fucking shit, and it tastes like nothing? Like, come on. And then people are like, you gotta dip it in the sauce. I'm like, then why don't I just eat the sauce? I don't know.
I don't know, Manuel. And I tell you that with alcohol. I think you tell me something completely different.
Okay, alcohol tastes like crap, but it gets you fucked up. Stinky tofu tastes like nothing, smells like shit.
I mean, that's alcohol to me, Manuel.
JD's upset because I made him take a shot. Like, I'm a pusher. I made him take a shot on his birthday during AX, and I think I gave him apple whiskey both times. Well, last time I gave him nicer apple whiskey. This time I gave him Crown Royale, which is still nice, but like not as nice as whatever topper shelf stuff I gave him before. And what would you say it tastes like?
It tasted like apple flavored hand sanitizer.
Yes.
That sounded good, actually.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. Apple flavored hand sanitizer sounds good to you, Tiffany?
I love
drink?
apple. You know, like in the wintertime, like you go to whatever, what is that place? Bath and Body Works?
Yeah.
Body
Bath and
Works,
Body
yeah.
Works.
Yeah. And you go and there's like that winter candy apple scent. I always buy that scent, and I always get the little hand sanitizer. I had like the normal, like the one that you pump, like just in my car, and it lasted me for like 2 years.
Yeah, but you're not gonna drink it.
I would drink it. It smells so delicious.
You drink it?
Don't you ever-
Whoa.
And
Don't
you
you ever
go
put the-
blind.
Whoa.
If you ever put like lip balm on, it's like, this smells really good. I'm like licking off my.
Yeah, I'm like,
Wait,
"Hey."
lip balm is safe to like have near your mouth though. Hand sanitizer is not. You will. It's rubbing alcohol. You'll go blind.
Okay, but if someone told me that it was a drinkable version of that, then I would say, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna make a mixed drink, and that's gonna be the special ingredient. Like, no one look, I'm gonna squirt some in.
It's gonna have the little specks, you know,
I
the
know,
ones that
I
you
was
get in
gonna
soap, the little
I was,
pieces in there.
I was gonna say, it was
Yeah.
like, what's floating in here? Like, just drink it.
At Fanime, Manuel drank the what cup? The like.
Oh, I did. I forgot about
It was
that.
like they had a cup where they just drank all the. They're like, oh, we don't know whose drink this was. We're just gonna dump
Yeah,
everything
and-
like in here.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
King's Cup, but
no.
not
King's Cup.
there's
It
no
was-
game. You
It was
just
so nasty. I'll never forget. And I was so upset because, like, I think it was like the last night too, and it was like I was so up for drinking. I was in a good mood. I was like hydrated. I was ready to drink, and like I was reaching for my actual soda, and of course there's like two cups next to each other, and they both look like soda, and I'm like, oh, it's this one because this one feels kind of cooler, as in like colder, and I pick it up, drink it, and I'm like, no, 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 and I took a big swig. It wasn't like I took a little sip and tried it. I took a big swig and I tried to swallow it, but I couldn't. I spit it back out. I swallowed a little bit of it, but because I was already drinking it. But I had it in my mouth. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And everyone just saw me spit it back into the cup.
gross.
Yeah, it was nasty. And it was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I drank I call it the dump cup because like the dump cup because we just dump all the random drinks. Like when I get in my crackhead cleaning mode, like I'll dump all the drinks into one cup and I'll be like, Thomas or JD or someone dump this in the sink. It's never me because usually I'm just going crazy like making the cups. And I guess somebody didn't hear me when I said that. I just left it there. I'm blaming
Really?
Thomas. Well, Thomas wasn't even there. See, that's why I'm blaming Thomas. Yeah, it's Thomas and JD's fault because neither of them were there at 5
Actually, I wasn't in the room at that point, Manuel. You didn't
was-
let
no,
me
it
in your
was
room at
anime.
ALA.
No, it's Fanime. This is Fanime.
Oh,
So like it was like me, Nestor, what's her face and what's her face, Leslie.
Wow.
I literally forgot.
Wow.
her name.
What's her face and what's her face? Yeah. Yeah.
The women.
Oh my god.
Oh.
There you go. I got my weekly women. Am I right, guys? Out. Are you proud of me,
Weekly.
JD?
no, Manuel. I'm the exact
Yeah.
opposite of that.
It's my running
It's
joke.
like
It's my running joke that Manuel's.
Women. I'm not
Women, am I
gonna
right?
repeat that.
See,
Well,
it sounds so out.
favorite
It sounds so out
memories.
of pocket. Oh yeah, favorite memories. Tiffany, what's
Like,
your favorite memory?
I don't know. I feel like it's just
That's a
when
good one.
yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
took like a goddamn 20 minutes to do yours, and I gave you 5 seconds. Come on.
Well, you met Koto a bunch of times. You met. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
choose one
mean,
for you. Like I remember, like you telling me that one time because we've interviewed. He told me from at home like 3 or 4 times,
yeah.
and there was the one time you saw her at like a Hollow Project concert.
Yeah, I was
And
at
she,
the
like,
Bono last concert, and
and
then
it
I
was the
was like
one.
walking
Yeah.
out, and I saw her, and she saw me, and she was like, Tiffany? And I was like, you told me? And it was like so cool, like we're homies, you know? Like, oh my God, hey, what's up? But
Oh, I wish you were there then recently.
That's what I'm
That would have been a
saying.
good time.
you think she would have forgotten about me though? She's like a mother now.
We
She's
should have. We should have.
busy.
No, I don't think so.
I have a feeling if both of us showed up together, it probably would have created like the visual image where she would have remembered.
Right. It would have been like, oh, I remember these two people together. Whatever happened to that video of us in the maid cafe?
Fun fact, that never got finished as a full video, but we've released it in shorts, and I've put it like on older reels. I think we had the 5th anniversary. It was in one of the. It was in the UPZ reel, like not in the reel, but like we were playing it in the background. Like
Oh,
I think there was like Nyara and hiding on that one or something like that, and I was playing it. And I'm like, look, this is Tiffany, like everyone, and we put it up, and it's like when Hitomi's like kneeling on the ground, like basically like
I
cutting it
want
up for
that
you.
video as proof that I did that job. Okay. Every time I tell people like, hey, I've actually done an interview with her that's actually at the cafe, and they're like, where is it? And I'm like,
You know what?
I
I'm
have
gonna
nothing
finish
to
it now
show.
and put it up. I'm gonna finish it
Yeah.
now and put it up while I have some time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like it's funny. I just never did it because okay, at the time, like
Can
when that
I
happened.
step away for a moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Time that interview happened, I was still working at Party City. I was still going to school. I still had like, to be honest, I look back on those days and I'm like, I wasn't that young. How did I have that kind of energy? I felt like I didn't have
You're a
that energy.
working man.
I felt like I didn't have that energy in my teens, but I had that energy in my like late 20s ish. Like when I was just suddenly I buckled down and I could just like do everything possible. I was going to every fucking event possible, including all the tiny
Yeah.
weeb ones in Little Tokyo.
Yep. I
And
remember that.
I was going to 2 campuses and I worked full time, but somehow I made it work. I have no idea. But anyway, I do remember like things like editing a video was never gonna happen. So I gave it to another guy and he hated the audio. And I'm like, fix it. And I gave the audio to someone else. They fixed it. TLDR just became a whole process. And there
Uh,
was an edit, but then like he moved and we had a falling out. And then like, I'll just do it myself. And then like after a while, I'm like, okay, now it's been a year. I guess we'll just never do it.
well, I'm gonna keep on bugging you. My favorite memory, anyways, but it's just like when we get to actually get together as like more people. I mean, I like interviewing all the individual artists. Of course, I like interviewing Koto and Q and Morning Musume and stuff. Seeing them, whatever. But like just being able to like go to events together or like having that like group photo that we still use. Someone actually messaged me the other day and was like, "I didn't know you were part of this group." And I was like, yeah.
Oh God, can we take a
kinda.
new group photo? I do not like myself. in a
Manuel's
group
been meaning to
photo.
take a new group photo for like 2
Let's
years
take
now.
one. Yeah.
You know what?
But
We'll just, yeah, next con where there's
no.
more than 3 of us at, we'll just take one.
Yeah, but she went to the panel that I didn't go to at AX, the Showa one, and she I guess she just sat there and was like, "Oh, cool panel," and she looked up AJ afterwards, went on the site and was like, "The hell? Why is Tiffany in this photo?" So she like,
Wait, was she the pudding? Because she knew you. But I think I asked if she knew you, but I don't think she
pudding.
knew you knew.
I
Charlotte
don't know.
She
Pudding
cost
from
me
One
pudding.
Piece.
I wish
Wait.
she had a photo.
Was she there
Yeah, I
with
wish I
her
had a photo,
boyfriend?
too. Does
Or
she have a
partner?
boyfriend? Oh yeah,
She
like,
has a boyfriend.
that's a very that probably limited very very slightly, if any at all.
Yeah.
But no, 'cause it was funny. I think I told you there was a person who like knew Koto through us, knew your name when I mentioned it. But
Yeah.
like I'm like, oh, you knew Tiffany, and I forgot their exact answer, but I think it was something along the lines of, oh, not that well or not like that. I think they said
Oh.
not like that. So I assume this might not be them, but
Yeah,
that'd be
it's not
funny
them
otherwise.
because they don't know Koto. They're more of
Oh
a
yeah.
K-pop
Oh,
person.
and it just
But
dawned on me too. Like they already knew us. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have been surprised you were part of it. Anyways, keep going.
yeah. but I just like hanging out more. I miss Tipu. I haven't talked to him in a while,
I
like a
talk to him
long
all the
while.
time, but yeah.
I haven't talked to him
Exactly.
in like 5 years, probably more
In
than that,
fact, he
maybe.
Sometimes
before
he would
I
just show up to a con he wasn't even at and bring us donuts.
Yeah.
yeah.
Why does it never happen to the cons that I go to? He hates me.
He moved to like Oxnard. I don't know if I should dox him like that, but like it's a big
Well,
city.
that's not
He,
that far.
I don't even know where
he,
that is. Is that in California?
It
yeah,
is.
it's like
Yeah.
out like in the
Yeah.
valley. It's like out there. Um,
The boonies?
he
Yeah.
used
Well,
to
he
because
hates
Basically.
me.
at the time he actually
Basically.
lived. He used to live in Torrance and like RP, like Rancho Palos Verdes, like in the South Bay, like close to me. But it's still like central-ish. But like
Yeah.
Oxnard's kind of like he's like an hour-ish, hour depending on traffic, an hour plus away from everyone, no matter where they're at. If they're in SoCal,
It
but yeah,
was just good times. I remember all those times. So I miss that. I feel
I
like
do
now
too.
we don't do much stuff together. We just see each other at cons and then we're like, oh, that's cool, and then we go into your room and times that's it.
Well, some of us are going to the Delane concert at Whiskey in March.
I know. Let's take a group picture there. So far, it's myself, Molly, and Angie. There's 3 people down.
Hey, what the heck?
Yeah, like I think I was talking because I talked to Angie about it at AX, and I'm like, oh, you should go. And I think at one point, like, because she didn't end up coming, she didn't end up coming to drink with us, but like, I kept like telling her like, oh, you should check out the Delane concert because I don't know if you saw my post, but I did a whole thing about them because like they skipped the 1720 on their tour and they're doing the Whiskey even though they did the 1720 before, like both bands on this tour did. But not only did they skip it, which is kind of normal, when somebody replied in the comments like, why are you doing the Whiskey, the band replied back, oh, because we don't want to subject our fans to the 1720.
Ah, good job.
Yes,
That's a
and
good
I'm like,
band.
thank
Woo,
you.
yay.
Fun fact, I think Nuclear Blast, they're a whole label. I think they're skipping it entirely because they've announced 2 more tours for next year, and both of them are using the Whiskey instead of the 1720. And both of those tours, one's for Burning Witches and one's for another band, his name I forget. Both of those tour announcements have comments that are saying, "Thank God, not the 1720." They haven't replied, but I find that funny that I'm not the only. I mean, I never was the only one, but I find that funny that it's so widespread that everyone's all like, "Oh my God, thank God I have to go back there." I feel
For anyone
sorry
that
for
doesn't
people
know,
who.
the venue is fine. It's just the location.
Yeah, it's in the okay. The sound's also a little shitty, and I know apparently Josh has fixed that, but like
Venue
I-
is fine for tall people, that is.
Oh, yeah.
the, ven- the venue is like in the fucking hood. It's like in not even the hood. It's not even in the hood. If it was in the hood, there'd be people there. It's in like the warehouse district where it's like it just like it's sketch. Like even like it's usually kind of empty-ish, and it just looks like what the hell? It looks like I'm gonna like step on a needle or something, and like um yeah, it's funny because like I've seen band members, not the bands themselves. I think also like they're not controlled by the actual band, but I've seen band members go to that venue and post about it later, like, oh, the concert was fun. The venue was a little scary though. And I'm like, guys, if to us it might not matter because I think we're just used to LA being like that. But imagine people like coming from another country and they're like, what the fuck is this? This is LA, and they pitch it to them as if it's like going to be their big show in that in Southern California, and they send them to like a place where it's like, guys, you can't park on the street or your car will definitely get broken into.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Anyway, JD, what's your favorite memory? I feel like we skipped
Yes,
yours, and I want to make sure.
I've been waiting. Like
I wanna
I'll
make sure you
volunteer
get
to
it.
go second, but
wanna-
yes. So I mean, in events that I wasn't really a part of other than watching, I really liked some of the detailed presentations. Some of them are really good. Some of them are really terrible. I've made my opinion on those known before, so I'm not going to go into that much. But other than that, it was getting to interview Demon Dice at AWA 2022. That was one of the coolest moments because I liked getting to write all the questions for that. I think Sylvia did a really good job asking the questions, and I think because I knew her music well enough that I could actually kind of dive into a bit more that we don't really get in our other interviews.
That's true. I remember when A to J first started, I had a couple goal interviews, and it's funny because I think the first one was Morning Musume, and then we interviewed them, and I remember one of my next ones being Takuya Nakajima, because I was a huge fan of his, and it's kind of sad because I'm kind of not anymore. But I do regret never getting the chance to interview him, and I'm like that would have been cool. At the time, he was he's a soloist. But at the time, he was writing stuff for Hollow Project after Synkud left, and I was just like, oh look, it's kind of related, and yeah. I don't know. I think my favorite memory to kind of go along with that is some of the interviews that we did that were fun, that were not fun, that were like kind of like relevant to me. I mentioned this before, like one of my favorite interviews, and it's funny because I didn't meet the person, and the interview was done through email. But I
Was it the
remember we interviewed.
Takarazuka one?
Yes,
That was
that was one of my.
So I was in an acting class and one of the girls was like, "Oh yeah, my mom did theater. Like you probably haven't heard of it. She did like Takarazuka when she was younger." I was like, "Are you serious? Can we interview her?" She's like, "What?"
Yes. To this day, that's still one of my favorite interviews because I'm like, what the hell? That was so random. And and it was funny because I remember I think you got me her email address, so it went back and forth with her for a minute, and like she was gonna do it, but she seemed kind of like the first 2 or 3 emails were a little unsure that she even had anything interesting to say about it. But then when she did the interview, it's like all this knowledge, all this stuff I'd never heard of, and like some interesting things she mentioned because she was one of the I forgot what the word is now, one of the male actors.
Hmm.
Briefly, and she mentioned how and I was like, oh, the rumor is, at least amongst like the fandom at the time, it's like they take up smoking to like make their voice deeper. She's like, I've never heard that, but I did take up smoking when I became a male actor. And it's like I never thought about it before though. Maybe she's like, maybe I was pressured and didn't notice it. Like, like she it's in the interview. She mentioned that she was kind of like suggested or whatever, possibly. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite interviews. It was just like it was relevant and it was out of nowhere, and I was like, "What the hell?" And
Yeah.
also like Tiffany. Hmm?
The day that she told me, like, because I knew how much you like Takarazuka, and so it was just like the fact that she said her mom was in Takarazuka, and it was because as soon as she said her mom was in like a theater troupe in Japan, I was like, "Is it Takarazuka?" And I think I even might have said that, and she was like, "Wait, you've heard of it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have."
That's so random. But yeah, like random stuff like that's great. I don't know. And like Tiffany said, I also I do dig the that group photo was one of my favorite memories. Not even so much because like we all hung out like that, which also was. But you know how you know how hard it is, and this is not just A to J, this is in life. You know how hard it is to ask 8 to 10 people, I forgot how many were in that photo, I think it's 8. You know how hard it is to say, hey, 8 different people who are not with each other in the morning, go meet up at this one spot, and all of them show up.
It was chaos. It was really hard to do that, actually. We
Yes,
couldn't find a
but
spot, and we were like
yeah.
running around.
and I remember like we took several and like the camera I used, I don't think anyone took the picture. I just had a timer. And
Yeah.
like I would press the button and like would run to like stand in my spot. And the I think I've lost them over the actually I'm positive I've lost them over the years except for that one photo. But like there are versions of the photo where everyone's like because they're like pointing at Manuel not in the picture because I didn't make it there in time. Or like there's me not in the right spot. And I think even in the photo we use, Tiffany's hands are in a weird position because I think she's getting ready to pose. But when the picture took, she hadn't posed yet. But I think
that
in the
was my
pose,
pose.
was it? I don't remember because I think there is a different. There's pictures of people like posing differently, but then people's eyes are closed.
Oh.
Like I think Molly's funny enough. I'm just like, God damn
I
it.
think that was my pose. I don't think I was gonna do anything. I was just gonna have my hands down or something like that.
But yeah, we need to do another one. Like I said, next time there's more than I know I keep saying this, but okay, when I show up before I get drunk, I need to think of a spot and plan it.
Manuel,
Anime would have been a good chance.
that's the secret,
Missed
Manuel.
opportunity.
You're always drunk.
Hey, it's not as bad as he used to be. Honestly, that's another thing. Like AX 2019, 2018, I forgot which year it was. There was an AX, or like Molly was there where I would get wasted in the morning, go to the con, shit faced, come back, and then just start drinking again.
Was
At
that
least
the bathroom flooding year.
Oh, see, yes, that was one of the years, but though it was pretty much right up until the pandemic. I was doing that shit where I was like drunk 24/7, had like AX, and AOE
Wait,
was
and
just
that's
as bad.
different from this year, other than the fact that you had panels?
I drink far less.
I
He
don't know
doesn't
about
look like
that.
that.
The
Like,
last time I hung out with you a couple weeks ago, you said that you were on your 13th shot or something like that. I don't remember.
okay, okay, I think that's the difference. Like, definitely, I probably drink the same amount physically, but I don't get drunk as much as I used to. Does that make more sense?
That's just called
Like, I
getting a
think,
tolerance manual.
Right.
yeah,
So instead of drinking like 15, you drink 13 shots now. That makes a
yeah,
lot of sense.
yeah. Like
I
back in the
understand.
day, I would take like 6 or 7 shots and I'd be
Yeah.
gone. Now I take like 15 to 20, and then I'm just like passed out on the floor.
Yep.
It's a problem. Anyways, yeah. Next time. I don't know. I'm doing a bunch of cons soon, but I don't think any of you are doing any of them. You may con will take one because like it'll be some of us. I think Rachel will be there.
And I'll still be out of the photo.
Yeah, you'll still be out the photo. Well,
No,
ALA.
yeah, wait.
ALA should be the next one, but I want to take a new one in the meantime. If you remember, Tiffany, we were using that one from KrakenCon where it was like me, you, Angie, Heidi, and I forget who else is in it
Yeah, yeah.
for about a year before we took that other group photo.
Yes.
So like it'll just be the interim one.
Tiny one. Just combine multiple
Yeah.
photos
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Kind of like pull, like, kind of crop out from other photos and then paste them in the regular group photo.
We're all the wrong sizes and the lighting's different in every person. But yeah, I guess those are our favorite memories. I don't know. We should get back to idol stuff. We should
Yeah. You guys should
uh
come to Florida for Fruit Zipper. That'll be fun.
okay,
I want to go to Florida.
What the heck,
some
dude? I'm gonna be the only one. Come on, man.
wait, what con is that?
It's not a con. It's like some random freaking like food festival or something. It's
Oh,
called.
I'm not going to a random food festival for
How do
Food
they get
Zipper.
Unless you're
Fruit
paying for
Zipper
the flight
there?
and the food.
It's called Spirit of Japan, Florida. We
Oh,
bring
but wait,
vibrant events to cities across the U.S.
isn't Food Zipper
celebrating
doing the tour
everything
though?
from cuisine to anime. Yeah, so Fruit Zipper was supposed to be in Texas, but they
Oh,
didn't. So now
like,
they're at some I don't know. Look, I'm calling it random, but yeah, they've got less than 200 followers. So I don't know. They're just kind of like a food place or something. It's held at the convention center.
I yeah,
That
I don't
sounds
know.
like a convention.
Yeah.
I don't think
Sounds like a
so.
convention.
I think we accidentally became a video game site for a hot minute there because like I wanted to like I'm not gonna lie, I just wanted free games and it's kind of planned out. It kind of went the way I wanted it to and also not. Like my goal was that we would get like semi enough credits in these sites to like get like the bigger mid-level publishers, but I don't think that's ever going to happen with like the numbers we get. We're still good, but you know, we'll never get like the Capcom or anything like that, you know, like I was hoping for. So, uh but we are getting like we do get dozens of games offered that I usually just like ignore. So I think we should I should pull back from the games. We should do more idle stuff and I should work more on recruiting people. Why the fuck didn't we get those 2 people who stopped us at the panels? I don't know. All I know is that there was that is that old Manuel. We have 2 members right now, and I'm pretty sure the one that we met at the AX one would be on this podcast.
Old Manuel would be going to Florida with me.
Okay, old Manuel would be doing that too. I know old Manuel would. I would somehow make it work, and it'd be like we'd be staying at the nastiest. Like, you remember that Best Western we stayed in
Oh no.
with the bed bugs?
I don't. That never
It's
happened.
awful.
Yeah. Oh god, I forgot about
Bed
that.
bugs.
With the bed
Ugh.
bugs. We stayed
Yeah,
in a
so
hotel.
we
with-
had that, and then we also had that weird when we went to
Oh,
SoccerCon. That weird
oh,
random
I was
motel
talking
that
about
was
that
like.
earlier. I was telling everyone about that. The one like you weren't there for this because I remember I did. I did. It wasn't UPC. It was the podcast before UPC. I did that podcast live from the thing when you guys were out drinking. Didn't tell me, and there were people fucking in that hotel because it was a motor inn, but it was like it was like one of those. It was a U-shaped motor inn. They tore that down. Did you know? Like I think they were tearing it down already because the reason that hotel was so cheap, I think, because like they were on borrowed time, like they were gentrifying that whole area, and that was like this one random old place. Like there was a really hipster donut shop right next door to it that was selling like $5 donuts. Remember?
Mhm.
Oh, you remember that McDonald's, the expensive ass McDonald's?
Yeah.
They were having
Oh,
2024. They were
and
having 2024 prices back then.
the Taco Bell at J-Pop Summit that they said that the homeless terrorize or something like that.
Oh, it's all like the homeless people yell at you. The stuff does nothing.
Yeah.
We were like reading
Yeah.
the reviews.
Yeah. Good
I went
times.
to the Taco Bell. It was like all the reviews are correct. Do not believe reviews sometimes. I don't know.
We should go there.
You should.
To that Taco Bell that the homeless people scream at you.
Just scream at you and the staff does nothing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we should. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. Any other Molly, come
What?
do some panels.
Okay.
Just tell Callie like no. Okay. She's gonna give a non-comment.
Nobody's
Wait,
saying
sorry.
anything. Nobody's
What?
saying anything.
What did you say?
I'm
What did you
saying-
say? Sorry.
Just tell Kelly no.
Okay.
Okay, just come do some panels.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was funnier than you answered. It's fine. It's fine. Tiffany, just perform everywhere again. Like
I
shake
want
off
to.
Let's
Shake off the dust.
go.
the
Pop at Anime Party LA.
try to get ALA. Try to get ALA again for sure. You could probably do it at the. I know. Snacks doesn't like this one, but you could probably do it at that LA Idol party, what the fuck it's called, LA Idol Fest or whatever it's supposed to be called. Matsuri, I think it's Idol. The one you don't like. The one that's happening in Torrance in September.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one that's Anna Marketplace.
I don't know.
Oh, he just doesn't want to talk about it. Okay, I know what he's doing. Okay, anyways, you could probably do that one because I know some of the staff involved with that one.
Well,
We'll see,
maybe something more in the future where I actually have money when I have a job.
Just just sell all your possessions.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
Manuel,
sell your chair.
you don't
Yeah,
get
I
to
just
say
don't
that to
know.
her when I'm not doing that to you.
Sell your
Hey, I am-
jeans collection.
Funny
don't
thing
have
is,
that much.
JD is not doing that to me. I owe money, but JD is not doing that to me. But I am selling all my possessions on for its own reasons. It's just not going as well as I would have hoped.
Yeah, selling stuff is more work sometimes than it is worth.
It is. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Stacks, you should stop running. Stop. Remember that meme I sent you? Like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's like when you're going through shit, you don't need to go on the 5K run or whatever. That's fucking
Look,
Snacks.
okay, I like running. Okay, it's fun. I'm training to do the full marathon already, so there's no
I know.
stopping me.
Yeah, in case everyone didn't know, in case everyone's wondering where Snacks has been on the past few streams, he's been like, what would you even call that? He is probably the fittest amongst all of us at this very moment. He literally just runs. He does marathons and shit like that, and he does like hikes. And I'm like, you do not need to go on a hike, Snacks. You don't need to go on another
For
hike.
fun too, not just.
For fun. I go climbing, bouldering, all that stuff. I like doing it now. I'm a changed person.
I walked back and forth from mind you, it was hot. It was mainly the heat, but I walked back and forth from the registration to AX because the people were waiting for me to come back to the hotel room. And JD saw the state I was in when I got back to the hotel.
It was not pretty, but then again, Manuel never is.
Oh, that was a good one. And Snacks over here is like he's probably hiking up the Hollywood Hills for fun.
Yeah, dude. It's good times.
Anyways, we'll wrap this up there. Everyone's had a good 10 years. Let's we got to see it at least 11 more years so A to J can be drinking age. Will we all be around for 11 more years?
I don't know, but you
I
might be
hope so.
dead, Manuel.
Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
We
I
shall
say
see.
yes. Team Mexico in 11 years.
What is 11 years from now? That's 2020. No, 2020. I can't math at all.
2035?
20. There you go. Well, I didn't say this earlier, but I don't think I've ever committed to any one thing in my life 10 years. So that's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like anything, like even 9 years. Like that probably, I think Party City I was at almost 9 years, and that would have been the next longest thing. Like I haven't had like, I guess friendships, but that doesn't count, right? And who cares about friends?
True.
But
Who
like,
cares?
yeah, I haven't done anything for 10 years, so let's get it a few more. And
We got this.
if you're watching this and you want to join us, join us. I promise you. The only reason it hasn't happened, I think, is JD's been here too long. He just kind of fell into the swing of things. If you join us, you get the fun of basically taking over for a few months because all of us will just let you.
Manuel's just taking over, but I've just basically been doing whatever he tells me to do, suggesting changes and then having him drag his heels every time I.
Well, like I said, like I think the difference is JD's been here for a while, but there was a point when JD joined where he was actually the mover and the shaker for a few months and actually doing stuff. So I mean, like actually, yeah, you need the new blood in there to like get everyone moving for a minute.
Time to fake my death,
And
change
then-
my name, and come back.
Exactly. I am not JD. I am.
DJ.
I am.
Oh, yeah. New name.
There you go. There you go. Anyways, okay. Well, we'll wrap this up. I don't know if we'll do the stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm in a better mood because like I've had power issues. Like I said at the start of this stream, I'm gonna laugh. The power goes out now. But
Stretch.
And who stretched? Wolfopotamus. Oh,
I stretched
that's
already.
so yeah. But
Stretch every morning.
I don't know if we'll do UPZ next week just because we've had co-host issues. Because what's his face is out this month.
Snakz.
No,
Not
Fusaku.
Snakz. Josh. Yeah.
Josh. Yeah, the other Josh. But maybe we will. We'll see what happens, or if JD has a plan coming out of his sleeve. But we are talking about starting up another audio only podcast where we do manga readings a month. So keep an ear out for that. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it'll be fun, and it'll be different because it'll be an audio only podcast. And fun fact, we already A to G has a presence on a lot of the. And we'll probably create new accounts, but we have presence on a lot of the sites that I think Nestor set up for us for like the old, not for these podcasts, but for one of the gaming ones that was supposed to be audio only. That maybe they uploaded it. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. 10 more years. I don't feel like drinking or take a shot. All my alcohol is hot because it's in the hot room. But yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.